Wholly unnecessary sequel, Batman.
You suck, you jackass.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by to check out what this jackass has to say about Joker, Folie, Deux. I think I'm saying that right. It's French. So today I wanted to give you the scoop on the latest DC entry starring the great Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, written by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver, and directed by Todd Phillips. Will it make you laugh, cry, or make you want to bang your head against the wall to stop the suffering? Stay tuned to find out. So the film is set 2 years after the events of the first Joker movie. Arthur Fleck, now institutionalized at Arkham State Hospitals, facing the death penalty for his crimes as the Joker, including the murder of a talk show host on live television and inciting citywide riots. While in Arkham, Arthur meets fellow patient Harley Quinn, who becomes obsessed with his Joker persona. Their encounter leads Arthur to stop taking his meds and enter a fantasy world reminiscent of MGM musicals. As Arthur and Lee's relationship develops, they express their emotions through musical numbers, often breaking into song when Arthur struggles to find the right words to speak. Their musical performances reflect their differing desires. Arthur is drawn to more romantic ballads, while Lee prefers songs about power. Alright, let's get into it. Is it any good? Let me put it this way. I saw it in a packed theater, and I'd estimate about 15 to 20% walked out by the third act. And I think that's going to be reminiscent of one of the main struggles of this film. It's really going to test the patience of general audiences. If there ever was a film that didn't need to be made, it's this one. At this point in time, it really feels like a giant cash grab by WB. So let's discuss the film's strengths and weaknesses before I give you my overall rating. First, let's start with the good. Joaquin Phoenix is once again phenomenal as Arthur Fleck, with an intense, unsettling, and profoundly layered commitment to the character's psychological complexity. He's just great and easily the best part of this film. Also, I really appreciated the cinematography and visuals. It's similar to the predecessor, as the film's able to maintain a visually striking aesthetic. The artistic direction and cinematography contribute to the film's overall atmosphere, which is one of its defining characteristics. So also there's the psychological depth. The film delves into themes of love and madness, exploring Arthur's psyche in a way that invites empathy from the audience. The psychological complexity adds a much-needed layer of depth to the overall narrative. The score is once again very ambitious and fantastic. And let's also give credit where it's due. Todd Phillips took a considerable risk with this sequel by moving away from traditional storytelling methods. I thought it was a very daring and creative move, and I have to applaud him for that. All that's commendable as far as I'm concerned, but this film has a lot of bad, so let's discuss it. So the integration of musical elements seemed to clash with the gritty, realistic tone of the first film. By the way, I love the first film, and I know it was very divisive, but I've grown to like it more and more each time I watch it. The musical numbers I thought were very underwhelming. The songs don't move the story forward at all, and honestly, it brings the movie's pacing to a crawl. I was sincerely bored through a large portion of this film. There's also no razzle-dazzle or big choreography, so the musical aspect's gonna be a big letdown for those expecting giant musical numbers. I honestly don't remember any of the songs, and while they're happening in the movie, I was praying for them to end. One other big issue is the lack of plot development. It's more of a courtroom and prison cell drama than a musical, so the numbers don't really hold any weight. Also, the musicals happen in his imagination and in real time, and the movie never really makes it abundantly clear as to why. The film's tone is all over the place, so the movie feels disjointed, and it's gonna be very off-putting for bigger audiences. There's also a wasted potential of Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, as we all know, has a great voice, and I thought she was a pretty good casting choice, but her character is wholly underutilized, and her Harley Lee lacks any real depth. If you're a big Gaga fan, I think you're going to be very disappointed with the lack of development of her character. It's also very repetitive and boring. Joker Folie Deux is strident, laborious, cringe, and tedious. It's a 2-hour and 20-ish minute movie that felt like I was sitting there for about 4 hours. It's painfully dull, and it will be hard for an opening night theater to sit through. And then there's the ending. I hated it. No spoilers, but it just kind of happens, and I look at it as a metaphor for the whole film. It's pointless. I'm baffled as to how and why this movie was made, and with a reported $200 million budget, I don't see how this can be anything but a catastrophic flop. I think the movie was kind of going for a dark La La Land vibe, but with a budget that exceeds Dune Part 2 by $40 million, and being a lackluster snooze fest with less than memorable songs, Joker Folie Deux is one of, if not the most disappointing movies of the year for me. While there are some elements to admire about this film, it is a forgettable mess that I have no interest in revisiting. As for the first one, I'll just pretend this one doesn't exist. I'm sure some will love this movie and will appreciate it for its unique approach, but it just didn't work for me. That's it in a nutshell. Have you seen Joker Folie à Deux? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. If you like this review and want to see more of what I've got cooking, give this video a like and maybe subscribe if you're feeling so bold. Be sure to check out the shorts portion of my channel for quick reviews of all the latest and greatest films and shows. I watch a lot of shit, so you don't have to. As always, the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone, but what do I know? I'm but a mere jackass. I'll try to do better next time. Catch you later, friends.
That talks too much. I'm just a jackass of all trades. Don't know shit. I'll keep on talking, acting like I'm so legit. From politics to sports.